this makes perfect sense for me, not even just in the times we're in right now, but this seems kind of where Libra's energy has been at to a certain extent, very much a strategic energy. Because if you think about this is having to figure out where you are in all aspects of your life, in love. And you guys have been kind of up and down throughout the year, as far as, one minute there's possible reconciliation abound. The next minute it's, freedom for Libras, not going in that direction. So right now this is talking about working at what you want, working at getting what you want. This is a time of transformation. So, don't skip out on doing what it is that you need to do. Be a part of something amazing. An opportunity basically is awaiting you. So right now, Libra, I don't want to say biding your time, because that's not necessarily it, but it's more of a, okay, I know where I want to go, whether it's past, present, moving on to something else in the future. And that could apply to everything, people, jobs, etc. But this is knowing where you want to go and then putting your feelers out there to a certain extent and knowing that there's an opportunity coming in. So the biggest thing here with the red fox is there's an opportunity coming towards you, Libra, right now. It's going to be a pretty amazing opportunity. The next card you have is the 5 of Cups. So some sort of sadness, loneliness. This again also makes sense too, because this talks about with, the red fox coming out, you're not willing to just settle. You don't need anybody. You want somebody. And the 5 of Cups is saying, look, I may be feeling a little lonely. I may be feeling a little like, it'd be nice to have somebody. Maybe you and an ex aren't talking. Maybe, you've cut somebody off, whatever it is, whatever your situation. The 5 of Cups is definitely an energy of, feeling kind of, like giving yourself time to grieve, purge, I call it, but not giving up hope, because there's potential and happiness about to come in. So the 5 of Cups is basically saying, look, I acknowledge that I'm sad. I acknowledge that, I would like somebody. Maybe some of you know who you want. And then some of you are just kind of like, when is this coming in? I would love somebody new coming in. And both of these cards are talking about, a level playing field and an opportunity coming in. This is kind of the sadness before, the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm not saying any of you are sitting around like, oh, I'm so sad, but come on. Some of you are going, when is it my time? I would really appreciate meeting somebody who I can have a satisfactory or whatever, you get my point, satisfactory relationship with, or something that feels healthy and feels good and balanced. And for some of you, you've been longing for this to come in for a long time. But now it's almost as if you're doing like the legwork. You're putting your feelers out there, or you've been avoiding dating or getting online or whatever. And now you're kind of like, okay, I realize that there's a strategy behind it. I have to put a little of the effort into it. I have to put a little of the work into it for it to reciprocate the energy. The next card you have is how you're feeling, coming into the reading. You have Judgment. So somebody's been contacting you. Somebody's been interested in, talking to you. For a lot of you, it's coming across as a blocked energy, or it's coming across as an energy that you're just you don't really care to listen to. Others of you are listening to it, but I feel like you're not believing the energy around you, because the Judgment card is about having all the information that you need has been given to you. So this talks about forgiveness and forgiving other people in the past, and accepting your situation, taking responsibility for your future. But this is talking about too, kind of like forgiving yourself for anything you feel guilty about in past relationships, and also forgiving somebody else, but not necessarily that you're going back to this person. This is a freedom that can be felt when you forgive the past and then take responsibility for where you're going in the future and finding your personal growth. So again, this all is correlating. I know we're on 3 cards right now. You're like, Dark Dove. We haven't seen what else is going on yet, but the Judgment card is talking about you strategizing and saying, okay, well, where the hell do I want to be going forward? it's up to me to make that decision. And if I have somebody from the past that I need to forgive or, purge or forget, whatever it may be in your case, for some of you, it could be somebody from the past that, you've been really angry with and ghosting and blocking. Maybe it's time to release that and accept communication back in your life. Whatever the situation is, it's purging to a more positive energy. The next card you have is your distant past. So the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. You have work. So work. Libra, you guys have always put in the work. You work hard at relationships. You work hard at work. You work hard at families, raising families, fur babies, whatever it is for you. The Eight of Pentacles coming back from the past talks about you've always been diligent in putting the work into, relationships, to making things work. Okay. But here you're on a different level now. It's not just about it's not just about making things work. And by the way, you can't make things work. If you and somebody are not working out, you can try as hard as you want to change the situation or compromise or whatnot. But at the end of the day, if it's, like this consistently, then stop forcing it. The thing here is talking about, it's almost as if for the first time ever, or not ever, but the first time in a long time, you're realizing the work is in you. The work is self-preservation. The work is no more compromises on what you want. No more, you go 100% and they come 25. You know what I mean? Or 75, 25. You get my point. You go all the way and they, can barely muster the strength to go the distance. So the Eight of Pentacles is the universe saying, look, cut out any of the past BS and work on yourself and work forward instead of backwards. The next card you have is your immediate past. So the past few weeks, past a month or two, and you have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is saying that you have, again, very similar to the Judgment card, that you have what you need to put together the future that you want. There's a lot going on here, Libra, which is saying this is kind of self-reliant, because the Page of Pentacles can be kind of strict in saying, like, wake up, stop daydreaming. Like, it's time to make things happen. There's an opportunity that's going to be coming available to you. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe it hasn't yet. The Page of Pentacles talks about coming up with a practical plan, to be, fair and honest and staying true to yourself. So immediately this rings to, hey, is somebody from the past trying to knock on your front door and you are trying to figure out the best way to deal with this situation? Do I, should I stay or should I go? Should I, block this energy entirely? Should I communicate again and see what's going on? The Page of Pentacles, though, is stop making excuses. And Libra, that may sound harsh, but it really does come down to, you know what you want. So stop inviting people in or stop allowing people to stay longer than they're welcome, because you're too nice to say no, because you're too nice to cut off that energy. The Page of Pentacles is saying, wake up. You know what you want. Does this past represent something that you want to bring into your future? Does, dating even feel like something that you want to do right now? Are you making plans? Do you want a family someday? Do you want to get married someday? What is it you want? Let's get moving. Let's start putting the plans in action. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is burden, responsibility, a first completion. This is what I was talking about, purging. And it's funny, somebody out there will watch this read and you'll know exactly who you are watching this, because this is something that I said to them, and they're also Libra, and it's kicking into high gear, telling me that a lot of Libras are in the same energy, that they need to purge this energy. You need to purge the past, and accept where you're going, whether it's with somebody that, maybe you're distanced from, that you're missing, that you care about, or whether it's just, cutting off a connection completely, because the Ten of Wands is talking about you're carrying some sort of burden. And once you release that burden, here comes the opportunity. I told you there's something literally waiting outside of your door, Libra. There's literally an opportunity waiting for you to seize the day and take advantage of it. But you need this first completion of, closing old doors, opening new doors, or if you want to go back and revisit the past and see if that's something that you guys can work on and see if there's a possibility of a relationship, then stop with the, I'm pissed at you, you're pissed at me, you did this to me, that you did this to me. Release that. Release that. This is, it's toxic to keep that energy in. This is, make amend, the judgment card. Like, forgive yourself and this other person for the past and whatever happened. If you truly want to move forward with somebody from your past, a twin flame energy or somebody that you care about, then everything else needs to be off of the table. A lot easier said than done, though. So if that's something that, you know that the next year or two is going to be battling it out, it's exhausting. Is that really the energy you want to head towards? The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout November, and you have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody who is very wise, has learned their lessons, but is not afraid to tell people what's on their mind. So Libra, you guys have somebody, it's probably going to be a lover or an ex-partner, etc. It could be family member, friend, but you have some things you need to say, because the Queen of Swords is a woke energy, similar to the Page of Pentacles, but this is saying, the Queen of Swords says, I have no problem being honest. And sometimes she or he, I don't apply sex to the cards, can be critical. And I'm not saying that you're out there ready to let's sword fight here. But to a certain extent, there's some things that you need to say. And Libra, they're telling me, go ahead, shout it from the rooftops. Don't hold back. If this person wants to be a part of your life still, and they can take it all the way. And if they don't, guess what? They'll cower into a corner, disappear, and you'll hear from them 6 months from now when you've allowed that beautiful opportunity to come into your life. The next card you have is, yes, your victory. Anything tangible that's going to happen throughout November. You have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is victory. It's pride. It's achievement. This is getting what you want. Libra, my gut is ready to come out. I know that sounds weird. I can't explain it. It's not literally, so don't get grossed out. It's more like, I feel like jumping forward and taking off and running across the table right now, because there's this energy, again, this woke energy where it's Libra, there's this opportunity right in front of you, and it is going to be exposing itself to you, and it's going to be victorious and beautiful, and you are going to love it. You are going to absolutely love it. But whatever pain, whatever you have, anything that you've been through, that you've been dwelling on, this sadness, again, I say purge, and I repeat myself, and my dad said I should have been a lawyer because, I'm a COO by day and then a tarot card reader by night, but he swears I should be a lawyer because I repeat myself, but that's just take it or leave it. I'm either the reader for you or I'm not. But like I said, whatever sadness has been holding you back, whatever pointing fingers you guys are still doing, maybe there's no communication, maybe you've blocked this person, maybe they've blocked you, whatever the case may be, let's get a move on here, Libra, because you have some amazing things coming. So what's the holdup? Okay, literally, what's the holdup? The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month, and you have the Sun card. The Sun card is solutions. This is clarity. This is seeing, again, my whole point of this read is move towards the light, Libra. We hold ourselves back from too many amazing opportunities. No more excuses. Make this happen, whether it's new, whether it's old, whichever direction you want to go. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a new energy coming in. I don't feel like a lot of you are heading towards the past or reconnecting. I do feel like there will be communication, but it does carry a burden, and that's the issue. And a lot of you are strategizing between the both. Okay, if this person comes back, we need to have this serious freaking conversation. They're going to like it or loathe it, and then I'll know. So if we can have this conversation and we can figure out that we are still connected and want this together, great. And if we can't, they can hear what the hell I have to say, and then they can scram, because these solutions right here are, endings and new beginnings to something amazing in your future. And I cannot repeat myself enough in saying there's something amazing coming towards you. Yes. And for a lot of you, it really is cutting off an energy that is not suiting you anymore, or is not feeling good. And, sometimes I would love to tell you, oh, you and so-and-so are going to get back together and it's going to be wonderful and everybody's going to be, eating Skittles. I'm not a sugarcoater reader. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to post oh, the best, this is your best life ever, and everything's going to be roses, when that's not what the cards are showing. Yes, there are reads where there's these amazing, but right here, the Six of Swords is leaving a situation. It's abandoning, it's retreat. Mayday, mayday, I'm out of here. I'm getting myself out of here. There is something, Libra, that is holding you back from the higher vibration, the higher potential. And again, that opportunity that is waiting for you to come and seize the day. The Six of Swords can also talk about travel. So maybe some of you are traveling. Excuse me. But the Six of Swords ultimately talks about leaving a situation behind that, guess what, hasn't done you good for a long, long time. And actually doing, like, really, like, proceeding on doing it, not thinking it, not talking about it, not this is what I'm going to do, actually making the forward momentum to have that happen. The next card you have is your outcome. Well, there you go. I mean, you're showing up in your own read tells me that you really are organically working on yourself. You really are thinking about what it is you want, what you're doing, forgiving yourself for anything from the past, forgiving this other person, really self-improvement, and then letting go.